Claire, you're back in Glasgow for September in the Rain, an adorable comedy with yourself and John Thompson. For those who haven't seen it before, what does it entail?
It's a story about a couple. We start off in our 80s and we go back over the years and we relive all our holidays in Blackpool. Every September they go to Blackpool and they fight like cat and dog. A lot of people can relate to it, just the car journey alone is hysterical. And but it's kind of laced with love and affection as well. So it's a hilarious comedy, but with very touching, poignant moments in it as well.
It's just yourself and, of course, John Thompson. How does it feel having that kind of camaraderie with someone on stage when it's just the two of you? Is that quite difficult at the beginning?
It's difficult if you don't get on, I can imagine. Thank goodness John and I get on. We get on really well. But otherwise, I can imagine it would be a nightmare.
And what kind of reaction have you had from the audience? Because you have said that people can relate. If you're in a couple, you can relate going on holiday with someone.
We've just lots of laughter. And then at the end, people have a little cry as well. It's really touching at the end. And we've got Ken Dodd now. Every time we're getting ready for the show, Ken Dodd plays on the tannoy, so we listen to the same album every single night.
And why is that? Is that just a tradition?
What it is, it's kind of evoking the area. It's 1950s Blackpool when Ken Dodd had his hit songs, Tears for Souvenirs and Happiness. So they play the music beforehand just to get people in the mood for the show, really.
There is a sort of romantic kind of era, what you're playing in, and the whole seaside, it's not like that anymore. Do you think people, come and, romanticise over it?
This show is full of nostalgia and humour, and it's clean, and it's funny, and it's clever, but it's beautiful.
And you've come to Glasgow a number of times for various shows which you've mentioned. How do you feel every time you come back to the city?
I love it. I love Glasgow. And I've done the Kings and here, and I love them both. I just love the familiarity of it, There's a hairdresser we use up here, so I thought, right, Malamere, I'll get my colour done, and I've got all my little routine up here, which is great, especially when you're on tour. To go somewhere where you're familiar with and and you've kind of got friends and everything, it's great.
And finally, your career, we all saw you in Brookside years ago, and your career's gone from strength to strength. What's next for Claire Sweeney?
I finished this then. The day after, I've got my Christmas show, Santa Claus the Musical. Then I've written a show, which hopefully will come here next year, and it's called Sex and the Suburbs.
That sounds quite fun. What does that involve?
It does. And it's kind of the British Housewives version of Sex and the City, and it's all true stories, dating stories, men's stories, it's comedy.
Is that going to involve just yourself, or is there going to be a bigger cast?
My friend, so it's me and my friend who've written it. There's another guy in it as well.
So we can expect some fun and frolics in the future.
Yeah, definitely.